was back in 1986, and me and my platoon of 9 guys and Elvis had just been sent out to Antarctica. Now, after coming back from Egypt, we spent a little time in Las Vegas, and there we found Elvis, as you may have guessed. So, we went down to Antarctica and landed on that one pointed tip you see at the top of there. So, after coming from that tip, we walked 300 miles to the South Pole and set up base camp there. After we'd set up base camp, Dale and I were tasked to go and get water. So, we took our 5 buckets and trekked 36 miles to the nearest open water source. After we came to the water source, we dug down about 3.5 feet to the ocean. After we had filled up our 5 buckets, we walked back. I'm carrying 2 and Dale carrying 2. We came back to base camp after trekking for 13.25 miles northwest back to base camp. We came back to base camp and immediately noticed that Ricky was gone. So we set up a search party and looked for him for 13.25 hours in a 5-mile radius around base camp. We found him. He was sleeping with polar bears. Don't know why. Still don't know why. So I tasked Dale to go and get him. He did. Pulled him out of there and carried him back to base camp. 13.5 miles back to base camp. Came back to base camp and I got a text on my Android phone from home base saying we had to go search out the mysterious Yeti. So Dale, I, and Ricky went to go find the profound Yeti in the Antarctic wilderness. We looked for 3 days straight. After the 3rd day, we found 4. They immediately kidnapped Dale and Ricky and took them to their subarctic lair. So I had to go find them. I found them about 5 minutes later. It wasn't that hard. So I shot 2 of the Yetis and took 2 of the Yetis prisoners. Bringing them all back to base camp, I immediately got a text from home base saying that they had sent a ship under us. It was a submarine. So the submarine has lifted from the ground and it came up and we all jumped in, including the Yetis. And that is how Antarctica was back in 1986.